of TV. Good morning, everybody. First of all, I'd like to thank the Cross Video Day then organizers. Welcome, and we hope this will be a profitable time for you. Bruno Smadja has allowed me to give us some of our latest feedback then and findings, which I'm now going to report to you as we talk about new audiovisual patterns of behavior and attitudes then in these advanced concepts now that we are now beginning to introduce. Now, television then polarizes many aims and objectives. Then, as we know, participatory, smart video technology, TV is very much alive and kicking. And we're going to see now later on how we will create a new generation here of TV viewers. And we need to look at the ingredients then that they must then basically combine. Now, the first ingredient, of course, is more screen, more connection. Now, today, French households basically build up and accumulate 6.2 screens within those households. The latest arrivals then, or newcomers, then are these, the smart TV, which has an IP functionality within the TV set. Then at the end of the first quarter 2012, we have something like 3 million households in France at the moment who are fitted up with it, rigged out with it. We've also got connectable TV, those that include all the other TVs from an ADSL box, then a top set box, for example, or other interconnected devices will enable those TVs to be connected then to that particular TV or technology. The latest arrival also are then tactile or touch, then tablets. There, the tablets. Then where we see the figures, we have iPad, of course, as an example, which has been driving the market. Remember too that we've got smartphones. Today we have 19 million then individuals at the moment in France who have smartphones, who own smartphones. These are intelligent or smartphones that facilitate then connections then in a very user-friendly way. We've got more then device ownership, more individuals then, and users who are digitized. Then using social networks, then the digital population, either through then a fixed internet connection or a more mobile access, that population then of individuals is growing fast. 41 million of them are internet users. We also have 20 million of then mobile users, mobile technology users who connect to their mobile phones via the internet. That number's growing exponentially. In the last year, we've got 23% more individuals who are having this new interactive experience. Then, based on then this population, digital population, then which is expanding. Then we have the number of subscribers also growing into social networks. 3 internet users out of 4 are social networkers. Then who have subscribed to social networks. 1 internet user out of 2 are bloggers or community site users as well, to which they contribute their feedback, responses and reactions. So then social digital technology is certainly today the name of the game. It's growing. Virtual technology is very much with us here, therefore, for those reasons. Now, the third ingredient here is, and it's a strength, where there is appeal for video content, then TV content. Now, that appeal then is growing in 2011. Then we have some record figures in average TV consumption daily. That's 33 hours and 47 minutes of daily usage of TV amongst the French, and that includes then 39 minutes then on then remote or offline then broadcast. So most of this experience, TV experience, is direct live TV, watching a TV screen. Now, of course, that content, of course, is growing, is spreading with increasing appeal then for these devices and technology platforms, be it on a PC. Then we will then be seeing more of this catch up in February 2012. We had listed 31 million internet users who had consumed at least one video online, and they also devoted 3 hours and 19 minutes to watching that video online. 23% of that time was spent then on different TV websites, then in the top 15 or 15 then rankings of video operators, the major brands represented, TF1, Canal+, France Television, M6, and of course and others. Needless to say, now on the terminals, mobile terminals, TV of course, and the use of video is very much present, which is as we would expect there, where we have 7.7 million currently smartphone users or video equipped smartphones. Now quite clearly those users will watch videos which could come from a TV or another source. Then it's a pretty mixed bag of different video sources. 1 out of 4 of these then users used or watched then live or then remote or replays, rebroadcasts. Then TV videos on their smartphone then were growing then, or the popularity grew. Then what these users wanted to watch basically were TV content then from their smartphones when they had the option to do so. Now on the tablets, we have 2.2 million users there of tablets who at least watched one video per week on the tablet. Now that is a major trend here. This is very much setting the trend because tablets are a major live TV challenge and issue here, then as we can see from the figures. Recent figures, TV, direct TV, live TV is preferred because users feel that it is user friendly and is preferred to PC television by these users, as our polls and surveys show. Now the fourth ingredient then in this recipe, not that I'm the best chef in the world, is multitasking. Because multitasking, we can see, is that we are vamping up with more screen size and usage, and more time spent watching videos on these screens. So we are seeing multimedia concomitant practices and usage too. 44% of the internet users today state that they have a second screen or watching a second screen while they're watching TV. So that could be a PC, it could be a mobile phone, or it could be also, as we're going to see increasingly, then tablets, tactile or touch tablets are also on the rise. So we're seeing then a preference on the part of these users for then experience, building up experience, gaining experience with the tablets through entertainment, then different services, games, for example, through portals as well as community searches, which are a major then trend then and term in the equation today. So we're seeing then growing experience then that is very much part of the entertainment industry now in these video technologies through informational content. So are we switching interactivity then from a conventional technology to then new forms of TV. 21% of internet users said they are watching internet TV in a conventional way. That is texting, surfing on the internet, or phoning then to vote for a candidate in an election, for example. So those numbers are actually lower because when you comment on a program on the internet, this is the only time during the program. If we add to that, then before and the after event, the figures probably would be higher. 25% of those internet users have commented on a TV program through a social network, that is Twitter or Facebook, or then 10% through a TV channel, forum, or portal. Now, on Twitter specifically, and on French TV stations, Twitter, then with RT, we see that our population, internet subscribers, that is to then Twitter has almost doubled then in recent times. So we're seeing also, as has emerged from the figures, is that users are more live, more direct, and more intuitive, then where they would be more prompted to pass a comment on a program, give their view on it. So during the program, the podcast, very much users feel more closely involved in the programs than before. Now, social TV, then this is basically a way to express views and opinions for these users to react rather than act. So reacting through comments rather than generating a podcast, but basically they're not just users, they're not just viewers. They are commenting on programs, and we need to take that into account then in social TV technology, which is very much a new development that we need to be closely aware of. Now, the type of TV programs here then that are worthy of mention in terms of format or theme, we have tele-reality, fiction TV, secondly, or then this year, certainly, we've seen more political than programs, political discussion, political debates, given the elections that have taken place in France this year. Now, we see here a tele-reality, which could be through in the form of personal coaching, music, or it could then be other formats too. So we're seeing more interaction then than live interaction in this type of content. Now, we're seeing here a list here of feedback and perceptions. Then from these users, they like to express their views and opinions more and more, as the quality research, market research has shown. So social TV then is a world, a new world, a growing world. For users, social TV, it's a new coining, a new term that they had not previously and recently heard of. They didn't feel it was particularly relevant either. So they are now beginning to understand it more, but it is still a virtual concept before it is a physical concept. So then the term virtual tends to be equated or associated with social TV. Then, as we've heard from very, very young respondents who were questioned. So the virtual digital world or physical world tend to still to be rather separate still than amongst these daily viewers or university students. Now, social TV then is an ongoing experience now for then these users who want to share more with this idea of informing or being informed. It's also a way to recommend then information or a program or information on a program, to flag a friend or a colleague about another program before it's broadcast, or just before it is going to be broadcast, based on the content, and of course also that buzz which spreads then in the it's a viral buzz that spreads through connected networks, then recommending those programs. Now obviously it's about sharing, which creates added value and benefits in terms of testimonies then, because these users can testify to what they've watched, what programs they've watched, how they've reacted to certain programs, what their views, opinions and comments on those programs are. So it's creating a more intimate world of feedback that is spreading and expanding. It's also an idea of being less a couch potato than previously. So it's a way then to share, comment, give, express a view and opinion, rather than remain a passive, idle couch potato. So it's a way then to enjoy that experience, read that experience in an enjoyable way, to say that people have not or have liked the content or certain programs in a world that revolves around and centers around my own personal experience as a viewer. And I think that is the benefit here. Also, we were coming back to the feedback on the program. It could be a comment on a presenter, on a anchorman as well, and a way to continue that discussion, saying I enjoyed this or I like that, and to actually and you can watch the program again afterwards, as the replay function, digital replay function, will allow you to do. So basically it is very much an enduring and sustainable experience. So that's the issue. That's the challenge for the creators, producers, authors, who are all here this week here, and who would be, I'm sure, very pleased to discuss this and develop those issues and those challenges with us, as we can spread the experience. Then through our TV viewers, then how does it benefit them? Well, it enables them to react, to then trigger another reaction, then to create value. It's also a way to then self-develop. Self-fulfillment and self-development as well is another benefit. Also the perceived benefits as well from the TV point of view. This is this concept of buzz, buzzing, clicking, spreading the word, the fact that this experience, the program, can live outside of the screen and can, as it were, then take off, as it were, then off screen. Then for those broadcasters, it's an opportunity to understand and probe then the TV viewers more. So those are the different issues. So at the end of the day, the bottom line here surely should be that then in the younger generations of young people, then who are reacting more, becoming more engaged, then they need to be involved from the outset. That's just what they want to do. Then be it in a business, work context, managers, coaching, for example. Then so the idea is to be involved, to be engaged, and to engaged, and ultimately to provide then this congenial community of users who feel part of that community, where sustainably they can express their views, opinions and comments. Thank you for your attention.
Merci.